here in the States, second year, and he has provided for me like the whole time. And I still have trust issues with God. Every time I'm like, I don't know, God, I don't know if I can trust you. And every time He's come. And at the trip, every time, like at first we had good plans and we were like, okay, first it's Jamie, then it's this and this, and at the end of the trip it was like, okay, Jamie's gonna go to the front, and then he's gonna like do this, and if you have something, you do that back to him. So we had no plans. We had like, because we didn't have time to do them, so we were just like, okay, God, what are you doing? And then if God spoke to you, you just did this to Jamie, and then next it was your turn. So it was an adventure. So I want to share a story that didn't happen in Costa Rica, but I just really felt I should share it. So this happened like 2 years ago. I was in Finland, and I went, like, I've always been a Christian and I've always loved God, but I've trained to be a Christian, and I've trained to be really it matters what is on the outside, and you have to perform, and you have to do this and this, and you have to look certain way. So I was going through a season where I had to question everything that my parents taught me. Like I had to find my own truth. Like I had to figure out what I believe. So this was when I was I was walking with God, but at the same time I was doing sometimes bad decisions. So I was partying with my friend, and it wasn't like a good partying, it was the bad partying. And so I've always been a good Christian, so I usually don't do that. So I was there, and the next day I was like feeling so convicted, and I was feeling so bad, and I told my sister, I'm like this is not me, like I don't like this, and I don't want to do this. And at the same day there was at the same time I started to get to know Sami and Sara, who are doing a lighthouse in Finland, and it was the church day, so I was going to their home group church, and it's like 45 minutes with the bus to their house. So I was sitting in a bus, and I was feeling bad, and I was saying, God, I'm like, this is not me, and like I don't want to do this and stuff. And he didn't say anything to me, but then like there was a lady sitting next to me, and she was feeling really bad. Like she was like bending over, and she was like almost puking, and I didn't know what's going on with her, but I just felt that God was like, hey, you should pray for her. I'm like, I should pray for her? Like, didn't you see what I did last night? And like, I can't pray for her. I'm not the right person. I'm not good Christian. I can't pray for her. And so like half an hour, I was just saying to God, no, not gonna do it, not gonna do it. And God was just all the time like, hey, you should pray for her. You should pray for her. And I'm like, no. And then after half an hour, I'm like, okay. And I asked her, hey, how are you? And she's like, that's not normal in Finland. Just telling you, you don't talk on buses to anyone. You don't pray for anyone when you're in a bus. So I asked her, hey, how are you? And I knew that's not normal in Finland, so that was weird. But and she was like, oh, I'm feeling really bad, I don't know what's going on. And I'm like, okay, well, I believe God can heal you. And she didn't talk to me at all. She started to look outside of the window, and that's weird. She didn't answer me. And I'm like, okay, God, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? She doesn't talk to me anymore. She's offended. And so I prayed anyways. And she got healed. She didn't say anything to me, but like I could feel the peace, because she was like this, and she was like I could see her face was like and then after that she was just like relaxed. And then I waited for like 5 or 10 minutes because I was scared, and I asked her, "Hey, how are you?" And she's like, "I'm good. Thank you for caring." And she got healed, and I'm like, "What?" So I wanna read to you. I lost it. It's here somewhere. We love you, Anu. Found it. Okay. So this is yes, 2 Corinthians 12 and 9, and it's about Paul when he was like he had something going on. I don't really know what it is, but he said that he had a thorn in his flesh, and like he asked God to take it away, and God was like, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me." And all I want to say is that when God heals, when God does things, it's not about us. Like all we have to do is we have to say yes to Him. We have to say, "Hey, I'm ready. Just use me." And when we were in Costa Rica, we saw crazy miracles, and it was awesome. We were preaching and everything. And at the end of the trip, I had nightmares, and I only slept like 2 nights. I slept like 2 hours a night, and I was so tired. And I realized like I'm afraid of God. And I'm like, how can I tell these people about God's love if I'm afraid of God? And that's a lie, because in my weakness, God will show His greatness. Like, it doesn't matter what you're going through, He can use you. And all you have to do is to say yes to Him. And like, when we were there, sometimes it was just like people were putting us on a platform, and they're like, "Oh, you are the people who know the God the best." And at the same time, I'm struggling inside, and I'm like, I'm afraid of God. Like, I haven't sorted my heart truly, and still He used me, and still He was like, I was telling people how God loves them, even if I was going through stuff. So I just want to encourage you, like just say yes to Him, and He will use you, whatever you're going through.